somehow paying for college, whether you got like a scholarship, financial aid, you have to pay out of pocket. But besides, you're not getting paid to come to college. Most student athletes, particularly like Division I and Division I colleges, are getting an athletic scholarship, which covers like their room, their board, books, and tuition. And according to collegeboard.com, the average cost for full-time out-of-state students at a four-year public college is about $12,000 a year. And at a private college, it's close to $30,000 with tuition and fees. And this does not include like room and board and then books. So would it be fair to pay these athletes on top of their scholarships? Whether or not college athletes deserve to be paid has been a topic many sports analysts have discussed lately. I'm here today to tell you why college athletes shouldn't get paid. Now, three main points are: first, the scholarships they're given, which equal to be a lot of money, and then the unfair advantage it would create for like between bigger and smaller schools if you're able to pay athletes. And then also, how would it be feasible and fair to most schools? First, all these student athletes that are rewarded a scholarship to come play a sport for their school covers room, board, books, and tuition. And if you multiply that by 4 years, it could be up to $100,000 in some schools. Like, for example, University of Miami is a private school that gives out a lot of football scholarships. They're a really good football school. So you can basically say they're paying these players with an education, which does cost a lot of money. It also creates an unfair advantage to a school that, for example, can't pay a player as much. It gives them an unfair recruiting advantage. So, basically, they're already getting paid to come to school and play football or baseball or basketball for that school. And the second point is that it creates the unfair advantage. So, say for a smaller school like maybe FAU, maybe they don't have as much money to pay a football player as University of Florida. And then when it comes to recruiting this player, chances are they're going to go where they can get more money. So, and then like I said, the player is going to go where they can get the most money. Sometimes maybe they come from like a not as wealthy background, so maybe playing time isn't as big as a deal to them as far as like getting some money. And then it can also lead to maybe more under the table deals as far as, I mean, if you guys know college football, remember the thing with Cam Newton, whether that was real or not, they were there was allegations that his dad was trying to get money for him to go to maybe another school versus Auburn. And then my third point is, how can it be made fair? I mean, are you going to pay the starting quarterback of the football team as much as you're going to pay someone on the swimming team? Both of the sports don't generate as much money as the other. And then how do you determine what you pay what person, like on a team? Are you going to pay every student $2,000 a semester, or are you going to give them a salary? This also separates professionals from college players. If you're going to pay college players, what doesn't make them a professional? And then where would a smaller school get their money to say give a player $15,000 a semester? And according to an article written by Doug Gottlieb, an ESPN analyst, this was June 17th, 2011, on ESPN.com, he says, based on his time as a student athlete, he feels that universities don't need to pay their players. So this is from someone who actually was a student athlete, went to school. He didn't get paid, he got a scholarship. And then also, this is another statement according to Carl Elridge. He's also an ESPN analyst, and he says, at the end NCAA provides athletes with an education in exchange for the labor that they give. So they make money for the school, and the school gives them a scholarship. So, also in conclusion, it's just paying these athletes is just it wouldn't be able to be made feasible. So I hope I was successful in telling you why these college athletes should not be paid beyond their scholarships, because they're already getting a lot of money as far as tuition. And then this is also a statement by Miles Brand. He was the former NCAA president. This was from an article in USA Today, August 2004. He said, if you start paying student athletes, you essentially ruin the integrity of the college game. So it's important to understand that these college athletes shouldn't get paid.